Hello, Facebook. I am super excited to talk to you about today. This topic that I've just been talking with a lot of clients about for the last couple of weeks, and I figured it was finally time to just make a video on it because I'm repeating it over and over, and there's probably some need for it in the collective, so I'm going to speak up. So, this is an interesting situation for a lot of intuitives where you're very sensitive, you're very tuned into what your clients need and how to support them. But when it comes to your marketing, you don't really know what to say, you don't really know how to write what you do, you don't really know how to explain it, right? And that comes from a lot of different angles. Like the first one is going to be that you feel like you have to package it in a certain way so it looks like everybody else's marketing. That's a big mistake, because if you're marketing as an intuitive, you're not marketing the same way as a graphic designer is, or as a insurance agent is. Not the same. You're marketing an intuitive service. This is purely felt, right? Your work is felt, and it is seen to some degree, but really it's seen in the way that it's felt, right? So you help people feel better, you help people feel differently around certain things. And so when it comes to writing that stuff down and making it look like other marketing, it's not really going to work, because you're not making people money, you're not helping people get to a certain level, you're not doing something in the physical, in the tangible, in the empirical realm, right? Yes, Latice. I'm sure you're gonna learn me something this weekend, so I'm excited. So listen, if you are working with people in this more intangible and energetic sense, then trying to make your marketing look like everybody else's is just barking up the wrong tree, period. But that's not the point of today's live stream. I'm actually going to tell you what you should be doing rather than what you just shouldn't be doing, because that's annoying and I hate when people do that. So what should you be doing if you're an intuitive who's kind of having a hard time articulating their magic and then putting it out there through their marketing? This is going to blow your mind, or not, I don't know. You have to learn to witness yourself. You have to learn to witness who you are and what you're doing and who you're being when you're with your clients, and how that is playing a part in the whole evolution of their growth and their whole transformation. So here's what I mean, right? You may think that the value that you bring to people is in the worksheets that you bring. It's in the, 1, 2, 3 steps, the processes, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that that's not the value, but really where it comes from is them feeling held and supported by you because of who you are, how you are, the energy you occupy, the vibration that you hold for everybody in the room. That is really the feeling part of all of this, right? So for example, if you do offer processes for your clients to work through, they're feeling the support of those processes, right? That's what they're really feeling. It's not the actual ins and outs of those things themselves. Hey Eden, it's so good to see you. It's not the actual processes themselves, it's how they're feeling while they're doing all of that stuff, right? And so if you're not really paying attention to how you're being and the things that are just effortless and casual and not even a thought for you, then you're really missing out on the most potent part of the work that you do, right? I write, I'll use me as an example because I'm a really great example about this. I talk about marketing very little relative to other marketers, right? I don't talk about ROI as much on my page. I don't talk about KPIs as much on my page. I don't talk about real digital marketing, but I know that stuff. And I think everybody knows I know that stuff, so I don't really need to talk about that. What do I talk about though? I talk about articulating your magic. I talk about witnessing yourself. I talk about being intentional with validating yourself so that you're not validating through your marketing. I'm talking about being accountable for your own energy when you are marketing in the world. I'm talking about having an intuitive connection with your clients, right? I'm talking about a lot of feelings, okay? Do you get what I'm saying? I'm talking about a lot of feelings. I'm talking about spiritual development in a lot of different ways and personal development, but still I continue to have marketing clients show up in my inbox on a consistent basis, because the energy that I'm putting out is one that has them feeling safe to be supported by me. Like they feel like I would be a good person to support them. And they also feel activated by me. That's a thing that like I've gotten feedback on, right? So it's not even that your marketing has to be like so focused around your subject matter. It just really has to do a good job of showcasing how you are and who you are at an energetic level so that people can feel into that and see if you would be a good partner for them as they choose to go on a particular growth journey, right? So this is going to be obviously relative to your industry or your offer, right? Like there's going to be nuances to all of this, and you guys all know that I never try to oversimplify things. That's a big thing. But listen, if you can start to notice the things that are easy for you, the things that you do without a second thought, that provide moments of peace and clarity and awakening for your clients, like that is where you have so much gold that you're not even tapping into. And there's so much that goes into actually sharing that kind of thing. You have to really understand the value that it does give, right? So ask your clients questions. Hey, that session we just had earlier today, like, what do you feel was the most powerful part? What do you feel like helped you have that breakthrough? That was an awesome breakthrough. Can we talk about it more? And just open up that conversation. There's no problem with getting feedback from your clients, even in the middle. And this is just a side note, you guys, like, this is a good way to have quality assurance built into your business. Like, just ask your clients how they're feeling about your work. It's really straightforward, but I feel like it also bears saying. Okay, Tracy said something, hang on. My ability to witness them, see their inner self, feel into what they're feeling versus what they're saying, oh, that's so good, is how I show up for my clients. It took me a while to figure this out. Exactly, right? So Tracy, that's a perfect example. Like, your ability to witness them is something that obviously once they've engaged with you, they get to feel, right? Like, and this is actually a big thing. If you find yourself like, if you find yourself saying, oh, once they talk to me, they hire me. Once they talk to me, they hire me. I'm just not getting a lot of people talking to me, right? This is like a big, like, neon lights. Listen to what I'm about to say. If people are always converting with you, but they're not showing up in your inbox, that means that there's a big disconnect in how you're showing up in a public capacity versus how you're showing up in a private capacity, right? If there's a gap there, this is probably where it is, where you're not talking enough about that. You're not talking about how you witness someone. You're not doing that on a bigger scale. And we got to figure out how that would exactly look for you, right? But the point is, look for that disconnect. If you're finding yourself, not happy with the level, like the amount of inquiries, I guess that you would say, that are coming into your inbox, but once they're in there and you guys have a conversation, it's locked in, then this is a big, like, a wake-up call for you to start articulating what you're doing in private in a more public capacity. And I know that this is a little bit complicated for some of us because we work with some pretty intimate things and there's client confidentiality and all of that. And this is hard to explain on a live stream. It's really hard to explain on a live stream, but I'm gonna do my best, okay? So I am working on better language for all of this, but essentially what you wanna do with your client stories, like, let's say you have a big breakthrough moment with one of your clients and you're like, okay, like, this was me, like, at my best. How do I share that out into the world? The very best thing is to try to write the story down without any personal details. So, like, talk about the movement almost like as if you're giving an analysis of what's happened, right? So especially, this is really great if you have the call recorded, or if you have, if it was like a back and forth chat and you can kind of go back through it. That's really going to be the ideal situation for this. But, just describe or analyze, okay, if someone's telling you about a particular trauma and you're being there for them, write how you're being there for them. Focus a lot more on the details on your end and a lot less on the details of their end. But when you are talking about their side of this, like what they're experiencing and what they're feeling, talk about it more conceptually, like when you're writing this down. So, like, if someone's feeling overwhelmed because you guys have had this breakthrough moment and now they feel like they can do something really difficult, then you can say, hey, they feel like they can do something really difficult, rather than say, oh, they feel like they can finally go quit their job, because that's like more details and we don't want to necessarily like violate any, you know, protocols or whatever, anything there, just talking more about like what type of thing is happening, what like archetype it out. So hopefully that's helpful. I gotta go. I just wanted to share this because I have literally said the same exact blurb like 25 times in the last few weeks. So I'm going to save this and then just send it to anybody who wants to talk about this exact thing. Okay, just really quick, but just heads up, I do have 2 one-on-one spots open and 2 intensive spots open for April, but we gotta book those now because of travel time and potentially like scheduling that out. So if you're interested in either one of those, let me know. The intensives are there to basically book your next 90 days of marketing completely, down to what offers you're doing, what content you're putting out, what platforms you're on, what does literally every single week look like for you for the next 90 days. And it is like beautiful document. I'm very proud of it every time. So that's what the intensives are. And then obviously one-on-one coaching with me is working in a 6-month capacity. So we're building your marketing out. We're also doing like product development. We're, you know, doing tech development. There's a lot of really cool stuff included in that. But if any of those speak to you, let me know. I'm also thinking about opening up some 111s later today. I meant to do them on my birthday. I've just been so busy. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and one day I'll be able to tell you guys all of it, just not right now. But I will say that like I miss being connected with you guys. I'm trying to figure out how to transition out of this very, very accessible brand to someone who does need to set some more boundaries around Messenger and all that stuff, because I can't like keep up. I can't keep up. So this is kind of just those growing pains of like, okay, I want to answer every message. I want to talk to every person, but it's getting to a point where I need to not do that. I can't. So yeah, I think that's it. If you are wanting a 111 call, just DM me, because I feel like, see, this is what I do this to myself. Did you guys just hear me say it? That I can't handle my inbox and then ask you to DM me. See, growing pains. But I am going to keep my eyes on my inbox for the next couple of hours. So if you do want a 111, or if you want to talk about working with me one-on-one, let me know and then we can talk about that. But if you found value from this video, please tag a friend, share a friend, send it in Messenger, put it in your group, do whatever you want to do with it. I think this is something that a lot of really, really good and powerful healers and coaches are not seeing this particular part. And I feel like this is a missing piece for a lot of people. So if you know someone who needs to hear this, go ahead and share it with them. I really appreciate that. It helps me obviously grow my reach, grow my audience, which is amazing, and I'm super grateful every time. But also it helps the whole collective, because if more healers and coaches know how to do this stuff with even just my free content, then imagine how much healing is going to be happening across the world, right? Like how many more people are going to be able to be supported by their healing and coaching businesses, so they can do it full time and do it bigger and do it better and do it more badass all the time. And then the world is changing and it's awesome. So that's the vision, that's the vibe that I'm in. I hope that you guys are, you know, just feeling good. I don't really know how everyone else is feeling right now. It's like March, so I'm going to be happy the whole time because it's my birthday. I'm 30. Just celebrated, you know, and it was awesome. But I really, really hope that you guys are also feeling well, and I miss you all. Okay, bye.